close your eyes for a moment. Think about the sounds of your childhood. The sounds that meant something was about to happen. The sound that you will never hear again because the technology disappeared, the world changed, or nobody uses those things anymore. This video is about 10 sounds every Norwegian misses from the past. Some of these are universal. Some are uniquely Norwegian, but all of them will trigger memories you forgot you had. Number 10, the dial-up internet connection. If you grew up in Norway in the late 1990s, you know this sound. The screech and crackle of the modem connecting to the internet. That electronic handshake that could take 30 seconds or 3 minutes depending on your luck. The worst part was hearing your mother pick up the phone in the other room, instantly disconnected. All your progress on that chat room conversation lost. The dial-up sound meant anticipation. It meant you were about to enter a different world. Today, the internet is instant and invisible, but something was lost when we stopped hearing that connection happen. Number 9, the rotary phone dial. Before push buttons, before touchscreens, there was the rotary dial. That satisfying click, click, click as you spun the dial around and let it return. Each number took time. Dialing a long number was a physical effort. Wrong number? Start over. The rotary phone had a weight to it. The receiver had a satisfying click when you hung up. The ring was a real bell, not a digital tone. Norwegian households held on to rotary phones longer than most. Some grandparents still had them into the 2000s. The tactile experience of making a phone call is something that cannot be replicated on a smooth glass screen. Number 8, the VHS tape rewinding. You finished watching a movie. Now you had to rewind it before returning it to the video store. That high-pitched whine of the tape spinning backwards. Sometimes you could speed it up. Sometimes a machine would eat your tape, and the evening was ruined. The VHS rewinding sound meant the movie was over. It meant responsibility, because nobody wanted to pay the fee for failing to rewind. Norwegian video stores like Video Nova and Videoteket required rewound tapes. The sound became so associated with movie night that hearing it today immediately brings back memories of Friday evenings and the excitement of choosing a film. If you're enjoying these nostalgic sounds, hit that subscribe button. We explore Norwegian memories every week. Number 7, the typewriter. Before computers, there was a typewriter. That rapid-fire clacking of metal keys striking paper. The distinctive ring of the bell at the end of each line. The aggressive sound of the carriage return. Norwegian offices and schools were filled with typewriters through the 1980s. The sound meant work was being done. Important documents were being created. Letters were being written to distant family members. Today, typing is silent. Keyboards click, but they do not ring. The typewriter sound carried weight and finality. Each keystroke was permanent. Mistakes meant starting over or using correction fluid. The silence of modern typing has made writing feel somehow less significant. Number 6, the film projector in school. Every Norwegian who went to school before DVD players remembers this sound. The teacher wheeling in the projector, dimming the lights, threading the film through the machine. Then that distinctive whirring and clicking as the projector came to life. The beam of light hitting the screen. The occasional sound of film breaking mid-movie. Educational films had their own rhythms, their own sounds. The narrator voices, the slightly scratchy audio. The film strip projector was even more distinctive with its sharp beep telling the teacher to advance to the next frame. These sounds meant a break from normal lessons. They meant something different was about to happen. Number 5, the payphone coins. Before mobile phones, you needed a telephone kiosk, a payphone, the distinctive sound of dropping coins into the slot, that metallic clunk followed by the dial tone, then the rapid beeping when your time was running out and you needed to add more coins. Norwegian payphones had a specific sound that anyone over 35 remembers, the fumbling for change. The panic when you ran out of kroner mid-conversation. Payphones meant independence. They meant being able to contact home without being at home. The last payphones in Norway were removed in the 2000s. With them went an entire ritual of communication. Number 4, the Oslo trick bell. The trick The Oslo tram has been running since 1875. For generations of Norwegians, the sound of the trick bell meant city life. That distinctive ding-ding warning pedestrians to move. The squeal of wheels on tracks. The pneumatic hiss of doors opening and closing. The older trick models had louder bells and more mechanical sounds than the modern quiet trams. Bergen had its own tram until 1965, and older residents still remember the sound of those streetcars ringing through the city. The modern trams are quieter and more efficient, but something nostalgic was lost when the sounds became softer. Number 3, the cassette tape being eaten. This was not a pleasant sound, but every Norwegian remembers it. You were listening to your favorite music. Suddenly the sound warped and stretched. You ejected the cassette and found a tangled mess of brown tape spilling out. The frantic attempt to wind it back in using a pencil. Sometimes it worked. Sometimes the tape was destroyed forever. Cassettes meant mixtapes. Recording songs from the radio by pressing play and record at exactly the right moment. The hiss of the tape between songs. The click of the play button. All sounds that define an era of personal music that has vanished completely. Drop a comment below telling us which of these sounds you miss the most. We want to hear your memories. Number 2, the NRK broadcasting schedule. Before 24-hour television, Norwegian broadcasting ended each night. NRK would show the national anthem, the flag, and then nothing. Static, or a test pattern. The sound of the broadcast ending meant the day was truly over. There was nothing left to watch. Time for bed. But more memorable were the specific sounds of NRK programs. The Dags Revian News intro. The distinctive jingles before programs. The speaking clock telling you the time. Froken you are. The speaking clock service was a sound that Norwegians called constantly before mobile phones made obsolete. These institutional sounds created a shared experience that streaming services cannot replicate. Number 1, the church bells on Sunday. This might be the most evocative sound for Norwegians of a certain generation. Sunday morning church bells ringing across towns and villages. The sound carrying over fjords and through valleys. Norwegian church bells call communities to worship, mark the passing of hours, and announce significant events. While church bells still ring in Norway, the experience has changed. Fewer people live within earshot of churches. Windows are better insulated. Cars create background noise. For older Norwegians, the sound of church bells on a quiet Sunday morning defined childhood in ways that are difficult to explain. It meant community. It meant tradition. It meant a rhythm of life that has gradually faded. These 10 sounds share something important. They are not just noises. They are time machines. Each one transports you to a specific moment, a specific feeling, a specific era that no longer exists. The technology has changed. The world has moved on. But the memories attached to these sounds remain powerful. Norwegians who grew up hearing dial-up modems and church bells and trick bells and cassette tapes carry these sounds as part of their identity. And as each generation passes, these sounds become more distant, more historical, more precious. Thank you for listening. If this video triggered memories, hit the like button. Subscribe to Norway Nostalgia for more explorations of Norwegian culture and the past. And leave a comment sharing a sound from your childhood that you miss. Ha det bra!